we're about to let you in on a secret that has been kept for far too long. It's a secret with a long history, a promising future, and one worth its weight in gold. Katy has a long-standing tradition with pride shown through and through. But we're talking about more than a community. We're talking about a behavior, about being Katy. Here to show you about being Katy, our living legends, our namesakes. Community leaders, our heart. Parents and volunteers, our secret sauce. And the reason we are who we are today, our students. They have come together to tell you a story of the past, present, and future.
If my parents were to talk about my experience in Katy ISD, it would probably be with one word, and that would be unparalleled. The academic tradition in Katy ISD is a strong one. There are a lot of people that are very passionate about what they do and about making sure that the students are leaving Katy ISD with a complete education and with a lot of academic success and a lot of academic confidence in knowing that what they've learned here will be applicable and useful to them as they go beyond Katy ISD, whether that be to college, to a trade school, or into some kind of professional career immediately.
I've also had the opportunity to do Katy leadership, so I see behind the scenes. I wish people could see behind the scenes that our district is so much more than a building. There's so much more into that than just that building.
I love living here and I love being around in this area that I don't even want to go to college too far away because I like it here so much. And I want to move back here because everything's just so much fun. And I feel like this is a great place to raise kids.
We could not dream of a better place to raise a son. He loved school and he loved going to school. He loved his teachers, he loved his friends. He was involved in probably just about everything that there was.
You know, the community feel is just amazing, and people really take pride in the community.
I think that whenever somebody's in trouble, if you can say something to them about help, people will be there in a heartbeat.
Even though it's growing, you still think of Katy as a small community. I think that's the secret. They care.
It's a nice place to live, so move to Katy.
I think it's got a heart, and you can't go out and create that.
My favorite things about Katy are the people here. They're nice and they respect you, and the opportunities.
If you're not living here, you should come enjoy all the fun in Katy.
All the school programs are great. The sports programs at the school are great. The art programs at the school are great. And the teachers and the staff at the schools are great. And the people in Katy ISD are really nice.
Being able to take the AP classes that I could here in Katy ISD prepared me for having a good work ethic, for what it means to know how to study. And so when I got to college, it was kind of like, oh, I can do this because of being so prepared by this school district.
Both of us working in Katy, we know that the Katy community has a high standard for the school district, and that's good because high expectations by the parents mean high expectations in the school, which means that our kids are getting a quality education.
And I think our students can compete with anybody.
I can count on one number, and that's one. The only word I know is first, so that's what I want to do. I always put my best in everything I've done. And that's what I want those students to do, to put their best in everything they do. As a coach, I always try to teach my kids to coach the game, you understand what I'm saying? To make them a better person. And that's what I felt about teaching, and that's what I tell teachers when I was a camp administrator. Teach the kids, they'll be able to teach the class.
I think it's really important because it's going to help you with your job when you're older. And it will teach you things that you need to know for life further on.
The opportunities that I've had here in this district through the courses I've been allowed to take and the extracurriculars that the district offers aren't available everywhere, and especially to the caliber and to the degree that this district particularly offers.
Special needs is a very important part. Katy probably has as good a program as anybody in the country. when it comes to that. It takes special people because it's such a demanding program, but they do an excellent job with it.
With all of the things that they offer, you know, from modern technology to vocational and everything, so kids have every opportunity to be whatever they want to be.
Katy ISD is truly the backbone and the foundation of this community. It's the #1 reason that people move to Katy.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about Katy ISD. We just picked it and moved here because my husband was working nearby, and we found a gold mine. I think Katy's the best place I could ever possibly wish for my kids to get their education to grow up over. I also love the volunteers, how much people care not just about their kids, but about everyone. They all deserve to have the same opportunity, and I think they get that here.
When Hurricane Katrina hit and we took in so many families that were displaced because of that terrible storm, what we heard over and over again is they could not duplicate the education they were receiving in the homes that they had been forced out of. They stayed. They're now part of the fabric of this community, and we're so proud of them.
If there were people that were looking to move to this school district, I would tell them to jump on that opportunity, because this district just does such a good job of putting the students first and giving them opportunities that they might not have otherwise to really engage in programs that foster those things. For me, that was robotics, but for another student, that might be culinary arts, or that might be interior design, or that might be automotive design or medicine. And having all of these different programs, even outside of a curriculum, that encourage students to really pursue those. And it makes students that much more excited about what they're doing in the classroom because of what they get to see outside of it.
I think for Katy ISD is the visionary leadership, and you have to have that to be able to keep up with the growth.
It's a wonderful place. If you don't live in our district, find a way to come live here, because the opportunities for your students and the quality of education, second to none anywhere.
Good instruction provided in quality facilities, and to me that's what Katy ISD is.
And people support the schools and everything else. I mean, you look at the volunteer hours out here in our school district each year, and that's all important. That's what makes Katy Katy, because everybody works together, and if there is a problem, they try to help each other.
You can volunteer, you can do as much or as little as you want.
People volunteering makes the students feel like they are special, and I think it helps them to excel better.
We have great opportunities in Katy ISD, not only in our local unit PTAs, but in our newly formed Katy Education Foundation. That helps our community to be a part of Katy ISD in a whole new way, in being able to not only donate to the foundation, but then knowing that our foundation's board is made up of our community. Take every opportunity you can to get involved. It's only going to enrich your life and the lives of your children, and ask questions.
Our community rallies behind these teachers. I think one of the programs the Chamber is most proud of is the opportunity that we have every year to recognize our Katy ISD Teachers of the Year.
When I first came to Katy in 1958, we had like 800 and some kids in the whole district.
So the town of Katy was very small, but the Katy School District was quite large geographically. The town of Katy was 1,200 people. It was like there was one of everything.
So we have come from less than 1,000 to 64 or 65,000 now. So it's been rapidly growing. And I think the projection has been in the next 5 years that we'll have like 7,000 to 8,000 kids. And I believe that's going to happen.
I've seen so many changes in the world and in our district since then, but the very positive thing about that is, I love this school district, is that there weren't so many diversities when I was growing up, in school or at home. But now there are diversities everywhere in our school district. But our district has kept up with that and has had programs where the children could grow and learn in that, and I think that's amazing, and they'll keep doing it.
I really believe that Katy ISD is doing everything they can to stay current, to manage that growth in a way that is going to be best for the district in the long run. And the expectation is there too, that we're not going to let any of that quality slip aside as we get bigger. We're just going to figure out how to manage it in a way that we can continue to maintain and increase that level of success that we have.
There's a lot of connection to teachers, there's connection to industry, there's a lot of family connection as well that's fostered within this district and in this community.
Because it seems like somebody's always brainstorming to do something that's a little bit different.
The support from the businesses, the support from the community, and how the community and the businesses and the school district work so well together make it a great place to live.
Oh, I'm thankful every day. We were able to raise our children here, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
I would say that they'd be so lucky to have their kids go through. I have friends that graduated from here that I know through the district, and for them to come back and raise their children here speaks volumes of this school district.
I want to thank Katy ISD for the remarkable legacy that they have given all of our children. Our children and our grandchildren are clearly our future.
These namesakes, community members, parents, and students have just let you in on the best kept secret. They personify being Katy. This is about more than a great city with great history. It's about where we are today and how we are creating the future. The past is important, the present inevitable. The future, an opportunity for a community full of leaders, philanthropists, teachers, doctors, inventors, students, who will make this world a better place. We are Katy. We're united as one community with common goals and a future that's brighter than ever. Katy, not just a city, a state of being.